Hello, 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 and welcome in once again to the Hive Media. And you see my wonderful co-host CJ, you see myself, and that only means one thing, that it is time for the Swarm. And today is the pro wrestling show of the week. We're going to talk a little Monday Night Raw. We're going to talk some news and notes, Karrion, Kross, WWE counter-programming, AEW once again. We'll check in with AEW as well.
They've never done that on purpose.
No. Now, see, they were teasing it. Now they're just like, no, we're just going to go dead against you because F everybody.
I'd respect them more if they just came out and said it.
I am losing respect by the day, I feel like.
Oh, well, yeah,
WWE.
I just mean, they should just this point.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll talk a little bit of that. Yeah, just a quick little, run around of the wrestling world, what's going on, and all that fun stuff here on the Swarm today. But before we dive into all that stuff, obviously, CJ, how we doing today, my man?
No complaints, really. It's almost September, and it's still 185 degrees out.
It's hot today up here as well. We are mid to high 90s. Tomorrow's supposed to be just as hot. And then it's supposed to cool down almost by 20 degrees on Thursday, because that is totally normal and how things should go. But yeah, it's hot as hell up here. You're in the south though, so you're a drier heat, but you're hot.
And I'm from the north, so it seems even hotter to me than it does to the people that live here. So,
is it really? Does it feel hotter down there than it did? Because I feel like the humidity up here is really what takes it overboard, because it's always humid.
Yeah, well, I just meant like in the aspect of I'm used to seasons. They don't do that.
Oh yeah, they don't. Yeah, it's just hot
straight up this every day.
Yeah, it's just hot all the time. Have you seen? Is it snow down there?
My girlfriend, who I've been with for 5 years now, and she's lived here for her whole life, so she's 28. Has seen snow one time in 28 years.
Once.
One time in 28 years.
Yeah. Have you not brought her up to Boston in the winter?
She has no interest in going there.
What does that mean?
She just won't go.
How could you have no interest in going to the greatest city on earth?
I've been up for past games and stuff in the last 5 years, but she just doesn't want to go.
Just bring her up in the winter. Give her some cannolis from Modern or Mike's, bro. Come on.
Bring her to. I told her she would love Newport. Walking all the shops.
Newport, yeah, Newport, Rhode Island would be wonderful. Go to Portland, Maine, get some nice drinks.
Some people don't know how great it is, JPJ.
It's unbelievable. I know that wasn't just Boston. We kind of talked about our neighbors to the north and the south there a little bit. New Hampshire, you bring up to New Hampshire, the mountains in the winter or the fall.
Large trading post, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Tremendous. Connecticut, fuck them. That's where they got nothing to offer. No, Vermont, though, the nice foliage, the trees, good breweries up there. Come on now.
It's insane.
Come on. It's the greatest part of the country. I
might try to convince her. I'm really trying to go to Cena's last match in December, so maybe I'll get her to go for that.
Be like, hey, can you come to see where I'm from, you jerk?
Can you have some respect for the greatest of all time as well?
Can we go watch John Cena probably lose in his last match and watch your boyfriend cry?
I will be crying.
In the seats in front of everybody, just weeping tears.
Will be holding hands there, just crying.
Maybe. I don't even care if we're sitting across from the arena. I'll just go next to you.
Exactly. I'll just walk.
Just hold you. I'll just be like,
emotional.
Yeah. Even though he hasn't lived up here in about 20 years.
No.
But
I don't believe that.
It still doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You never forget where you're from, JPJ.
I'm getting a lot of wrestling. Next weekend, SmackDown. So a week from this Friday, SmackDown is in the good old Bean, Boston, Massachusetts at the Garden. And then on Sunday, yes. And then on Sunday, NXT counter-programming AEW Forbidden Door. NXT is, I want to say it's Heatwave. They're doing Heatwave, their PLE. That is in Lowell, Massachusetts.
You have another one.
And then in October, TNA is doing Bound for Glory, which is like their WrestleMania, I'm told. Mm-hmm. I expect a lot of NXT presence. I expect that'll be when TNA wins all the titles.
Dudleys too.
Yes, Hardy TLC, bro. That is also in Lowell, Massachusetts. And
And a month and a half after that, Cena's last match in Boston.
Yeah, we got a good run here.
Listen.
We got a good run here going on.
And you get Cena's last match, Dudley's versus Hardy's last match. You got a lot of final shit going on there.
It's true. It's true. So we got all that. Pluggo, our buddy that's just announced this past week that he's going to be doing some college football stuff here on the Hive. We obviously do a show called Between Two Beards over on Love Wrestling. We've been doing that for over 4 years. He is coming for the Bound for Glory weekend. Okay. He's come for his first time. He'll be in the Bean in the New England area.
First ever time, huh?
I believe so. It's first time to Boston. He is Indiana boy. He's born and raised in South Bend, where Notre Dame.
Oh God!
Listen,
does he hate Brian Kelly?
No, he's like he is an obsessed of all the things that I usually get on Pluggo's ass because when it comes to pro sports, he's kind of he has his teams that he roots for, but he owns like a hat or a shirt from every team, that is unfathomable to me. Being from where I am, yeah, like that's ridiculous to me. It's Garnett though. It's Garnett. That counts. That's fine.
It's KG.
But like to me, being from Boston, living here my whole life, I would never wear a sports article of clothing from any other team besides a Boston team in my life.
No, that's
never, ever. When I was a kid, had a Ken Griffey Jr. baseball jersey. My favorite player of all time.
That doesn't count though. It's Ken Griffey.
Yeah. I was right in the wheelhouse of Griffey, though. My age, I was right in the wheelhouse. Did that coolest guy alive.
Well, he's still
coolest guy alive. I did have the Charlotte Hornets top. What was the jacket? Starter jacket.
Okay, yeah.
When I was in second grade, little chubby old JPJ, had the Charlotte Hornets because the teal
colors, great colors.
And that's what it was. It was the colors were badass. Everybody had the Charlotte Hornets one. And then that's when they had Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson, Grandmama. Is that before your time? Is that before your time?
I know who these people are.
Okay. All right.
Alonzo Mourning played in the mid-2000s with the Heat.
With the Heat. He's got that one of the most famous gifts of all time.
Mm-hmm.
With him just coming to an epiphany on the sidelines though.
I use that quite often.
Yeah, it's one of the great gifts ever made. But you're doing well, though. You're doing well overall. Feeling good, getting ready for college football. I know the sports shows at the end of the week. So we'll be talking. Patriots had their first preseason game. We'll be discussing that. I think CJ and I will have some disagreements
we'll have a big disagreement on this. We will announce we have like a series coming up up to the regular season. Yes, this week we'll be ranking all 32 projected starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
And we will disagree.
I feel like we will have one huge disagreement.
That could probably take 2 hours just alone with our banter of what are we going 32-1?
I feel like 1 to 32 is better because I feel like the top 5 is kind of the same in any order, or the top 4 anyway.
I feel like the top 4 is pretty consensus.
It just in whatever order you want.
You don't know where we'll be locking them in there.
I think I'll surprise you with one of them.
I feel like that top 4 will be the same 4 people, but I could see it being completely different 1-to-1.
I think there's a certain guy that wears red and blue that wears number 10 that is
all right,
lower I'm not
going
to say it, but he might be lower than you think I'm going to put him.
All right. I hope so. After that dumbass play he did in that game. Anyway, I don't question his ability. I question what's in here.
I have a huge Will Campbell take coming up.
I question what's in here, but we'll talk about that on Friday. But before we dive into this wrestling talk, you see the banner below. You see it. I want to talk to you about our buds at W Energy. This episode of The Swarm is powered by W Energy, the clean energy drink that actually hits. No sugar, no jitters, no crash, just smooth, focused energy to keep you locked in, whether you're gaming, you're grinding, or you're just trying to survive another Monday. Let me tell you, we're not even halfway through this week, CJ, and it feels like this week has been 2 weeks.
I thought it was Friday already.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So W Energy, I might need to come a call. But guess what? If you guys go visit our pals at W Energy at w.gg and you put in the code TheHive, all one word, you can get 10% off your order. That's TheHive, all one word, 10% off your order at w.gg. Support your energy. support the show, and stay buzzing with Dubby. So go visit our pals. Yeah, go do it. Go do it. If the healthy aspect of it is really what should be the kicker for everybody. Because, I know a lot of people that drink a lot of energy drinks, and if you look at the back of those cans, brother, I'm pretty sure you're drinking I don't even know.
Yep.
I don't even know.
And then you'll crash right afterwards.
And then you crash. Yeah, you get an energy high for an hour, and then you're dead the rest of the day.
We might need some of that coming up with all the wrestling. NFL starting, JPG. Early mornings, late nights.
The busy time is coming, bro. The busy time is coming. But all right, speaking of wrestling, let's dive in. What do you want to do? Do you want to start with Raw?
Let's start
and then move our way around, or do you want to start with other things and then go Raw at the what do you feel? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Let's start with the who many perceive as the hottest free agent couple in wrestling right now.
I assume you mean damn, I was gonna come up with something, but I forgot. I could have thought of something. Karrion, Kross,
Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson. There you go.
Boy, they fell in love on that movie, right?
Yeah.
And first of all, apparently that Naked Gun movie is supposed to be legitimately it's quality. That's what I've heard.
All right. God bless.
You watch any of the old ones?
Yes, I did.
But yes, I assume you are talking about one Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux. We saw him have a match at SummerSlam against Sami Zayn. I thought that was a match he was going to win. I think you might have picked the same. Did we both pick him? Yeah, I believe. He ended up losing the match. Yeah, it was a shorter match. Ended up losing the match, and we haven't seen him since.
Until a documentary that dropped yesterday.
Yes, he had a. Yep. They have both been moved to the alumni section on WWE.com. He has done a couple interviews and podcasts and stuff, very much leaning into the point. I think in one of them, one of the quotes was, I got fucked, or something of that nature, when it came to this situation. But I'm going to tell you, CJ, because of how WWE has been doing things lately, I don't know if this is an actual thing where WWE has let him go, and this is legit, he no longer really has a contract here and he's an actual free agent, or if this is them working us.
You never know these days.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
You got to put money on it.
Well, you had said, we talked for a few minutes pre-show. You had said that you think whether it's one or the other, he ends up back there. That's what you think?
Yep.
I tend to agree with you. I think he ends up back there anyway. But I almost feel like this is, I don't know. I feel like it's a work. But I think I'm going to say that about mostly anything that can go that way now because of just the way they do things.
Do you think, and this will lead, I guess, we won't talk about it directly here, but do you think this could lead into them booking that PLE up against, what is it, All Out? All In? One of those. All Out. To get the return factor for Kross, like they did with Truth at the Saturday Night's Main Event?
Yeah, I mean, it could be something they do, something like that. I really like Karrion Kross. I think that they should have re-signed him. If this is real and they let him go, I don't know why they did. With the momentum he has with the crowd, felt like a no-brainer to me.
It felt very natural.
Yeah, it was very. Yeah, go ahead.
I've made my thoughts known. Everybody that's watched this, I love the you see in the documentary, he's a legitimately great person. Him and Scarlett both. So he wants to be in WWE. He made that very public. So I hope for him it happens. But as a performer, I'm not the biggest fan of him. But the reactions have happened very natural, which is exactly what you want.
Exactly. And I feel like if they just lean into it, that's a guy that, could end up being a bigger star than maybe you had originally intended.
Right.
For your company.
Right.
And so to me, it felt like a no-brainer. It felt like something they should have gotten done. I'm actually shocked that, according to what we know, they didn't. But I do think he'll end up back there. I think it would be a smart decision on everybody's behalf, especially since he's been so vocal that he wants to be there. It just feels like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But with that being said, and how much positive I just talked about him, I don't think that would be a big enough thing to move the needle to get people away from watching the other show on that night.
I didn't mean they booked it for that. I just meant could that be where he comes back?
Oh, potentially. That's a whole other thing I wanted to discuss for a little bit here.
We haven't confirmed if it's even a main roster show, though. We assume it is, but we haven't confirmed that, have we?
I thought it was.
Hold on. I absolutely might be true, but I haven't seen. All I saw was WWE is scheduling a PLE.
Hold on now. Let me Googs it. Let me Googs it. I don't know, but it feels like this is all from. The inkling that I'm getting is that it should be a main roster show.
What's the date on that?
September 20th.
Wouldn't that be announced at some fucking point 6 weeks away?
Yeah, but that WWE's being shady with their stuff. It says
they announced that at Clash probably.
An unannounced WWE PLE will take place on Saturday, September 20th, 2025 in Indianapolis, Indiana. This will be the same day as All Out in Toronto. So.
And All Out's a regularly timed show, right? It's at night.
Yes, that's in America. Well, it's in Toronto this year, but it's on the Eastern time zone. I assume it'll be 6, 7
in Texas and still in the afternoon.
That's fair. But I feel like it's a regularly timed nighttime show because they're going to be in the afternoon again next weekend for Forbidden Door, which we'll look into the card and preview next week, and things of that nature.
AEW, we'll probably have a big AEW show next week for once.
Yeah, and I agree. There's a big Dynamite in a couple tomorrow night. We're recording this on a Tuesday. There's a big Dynamite tomorrow night. I think Dynamite was pretty good last week. So yeah, the Forbidden Door is a big one for them. They've been building the card pretty well here over the past couple weeks. So I'm excited about it. But yeah, that was announced that WWE will be running a PLE the same day of All Out. There's a lot of people speculating it might even go like actually head to head with it, like same time kickoff, which if that is the case, I am not going to be thrilled.
I will be happy for one reason. If it happened. If that's where they just kind of cast aside the Brock match with Cena. And then we don't get Brock anymore. After that.
He ain't going anywhere.
But I'm saying that I'm not saying that's happening. I'm saying I would be happy that happens for that one reason. Because also they might think that's big enough of a draw to get people away from AEW.
Yeah. So I think they would be solely mistaken.
No, I agree with you, but I'm just saying in their logic.
Yeah. Look at more people. Listen, just in general, by the sheer magnitude of the size of their fans, more people if that's a main roster WWE show, more people are going to watch WWE than AEW that night.
Right, and I think people need to understand that.
Like that's just naturally going to happen because WWE has a much larger, broader fan base because they're an established company that's been around for 50 fucking years. However, I don't think WWE is going to get what they want out of because what they want out of this is they know the numbers they're going to get. They want to take people from AEW. And I don't think
someone that wants
that
to
is going to happen as much as they think it's going to happen.
Someone that wants to watch Okada versus Swerve is going to be like, oh wow, WWE has Brock Lesnar. Let me go watch that instead. That's not.
Well,
they would get a person that already wants to watch a WWE show.
Correct. And I support and love a lot of the wrestlers in WWE. Most of them, actually, I support and love their work. And I'm going to watch the show at a later time or off to the side. Yeah, of course. But at the same time, it's All Out. I'm going to want to watch Edge and Christian reunite in Toronto to potentially win the AEW tag team titles. I want to watch Okada and Swerve. There's rumor it's going to be Hangman versus MJF. I want to watch that. I would prefer to watch that than any shitty build because I'm sorry, WWE has still been entertaining and I still like the show. But the builds and the stories they've been telling for the last 2 or 3 months, not the best.
Well, and coming out of Clash, you would have exactly 4 Raws before then to build something. 4 Raws and SmackDowns to build something.
Yeah. So I mean, look, it is what it is. But like, I'm a pro AEW guy.
We just have to get used to this happening all the time.
Yeah, it's just going to happen all the time. And I think every time, with the exception of it, if it was like a Rumble, a Mania, a SummerSlam, or something of that nature, I'm probably watching AEW live. They're going to do a Mania.
No. I think Mania, they schedule too far out in advance that AEW kind of does know that's the one thing they can't fuck with. So they
never have. They've always said we're not.
No, I know, but I'm just saying they know, like, not to, like, that is a show. No one AEW could do a Forbidden Door with New Japan again in a 70,000 person arena. People are just watching the Royal Rumble over it. I'm sorry, it's just
of course.
But AEW knows that they're not stupid. But my point is, you saw the rumors of they want to give Saudi not a WrestleMania, but like a Greatest Royal Rumble thing, but for WrestleMania. I absolutely could see WWE putting one of those against an AEW show and billing it as a WrestleMania size show.
I mean, they've done it before.
Yep.
They've done it before.
I could see them stacking it to like Cody defends a title, Punk has a title. You know, I could absolutely see that happening.
Yeah.
The greatest WrestleMania, or whatever the fuck they call it. Super WrestleMania.
Super WrestleMania.
Super WrestleMania is 100% Super WrestleMania. That's exactly what they're going to call it.
Super WrestleMania, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Super WrestleMania.
That would be the worst.
I can't wait to tell my girlfriend, hey, we can't go out today. I have to watch Super WrestleMania.
At least it would start at like noon.
Oh, shit.
It would start at noon, so you might be able to at least go out at night.
What was the word Vince kept making Michael Cole and Pat McAfee say during the WrestleMania? Stupendous.
Yeah, stupendous.
I'm so happy that fucking shit's up. That stupendous WrestleMania, JPJ.
Yeah. Did you hear about this Bret Hart story?
I did briefly, but I didn't read too much into it. I saw what he said, though. He's not respected by WWE.
Yeah, so let me get the quote here.
I'm sick of seeing Bret Hart stories. Just side note.
Yeah, but it's Bret Hart. Yeah,
I'm never going to defend WWE in this day and age, but and just in general, he could be talking about fucking he likes pickles more than a different vegetable or fruit. Like, I wouldn't give a fuck what he has to say.
He says they invited me down, told me they wanted me to be in the crowd.
For SummerSlam, by the way.
Yes, this is for the SummerSlam. We're talking about Bret Hart, so it's the SummerSlam.
Yep.
They invited me down, told me they wanted me to be in the crowd, and then they told me once I got there, they told me they didn't have any seats. He goes, but I noticed Kevin Nash got a seat. Maybe I finally realized that I don't feel they fully appreciate me. Even after Hulk's passing, there's no certain appreciation for anything I did. There you go.
What does Hulk passing have to do with it?
I don't know. He just threw that out there.
But I mean, you don't know how much time I have left, so you should respect me.
Maybe that's what he's saying. Like, hey, the legends you should appreciate more because you never know. Like, Hulk he was 71. That's not terribly old.
It's not like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still a little surprising.
Yeah.
What is Brett? Late 60s?
Has to be. Maybe mid. But him and Triple H,
68.
Listen,
he just turned 68 last month.
Here's the thing. Did you ever see Wrestling with Shadows?
Yes. Yep.
Triple H had a lot to do with that Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
He had a lot to do with it. And Bret Hart knows that he had a lot to do with it.
And Bret Hart, the one thing...
And he knew, and his wife knew, too. His wife was calling Triple H out right away.
He fucking holds grudges to the grave, that bad.
Yeah, or his ex-wife, his wife at the time.
Yeah. His wife at the time.
But, like, I feel like the Triple H side of the Montreal Screwjob did not become a known thing until way later.
Yeah. Until not recently.
Yes.
Recently.
But Triple H had a lot to do with that. And Bret Hart, it seems like Bret Hart and his wife at the time knew that Triple H had a lot to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
But not the world, and then not everybody else did. So I think, and there's been a long-running thing where Bret Hart would always talk about Triple H, and he would say, 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of like a dig that he would do. So I think there's pretty much, Bret and Shawn might have buried the hatchet. I don't think Bret and Triple H have buried. I don't think they like each other at all.
They seem pretty similar, and the people they don't like.
Yes, and I think each of them are on each other's list. I think each of them are on each other's list. Bret Hart to me is a guy that WWE should be bringing back as often as they could, because to me, he is probably, I mean, he's one of the handful of like greatest, like, you know, and again, 68 is not old.
No.
But he's
and
now
wrestling
in that,
age is kind of is though.
Yeah, he's now in that, like, he's one of the all-time greats to ever do it. And he's 68. Like, you should be bringing him around as often as he wants to pop.
And he doesn't
have
any Hogan off-camera issues.
Correct. And he's, for all we know, was he
a little bit of an asshole, but not
again, that's different. You have to have an ego sometimes. Yes, exactly. He's a good dude. Yep. A clean record. Never broke, not like some of the people they got hanging around fucking there.
Especially back in his day, too.
Yes. So I feel like that's a guy they should be leaning into more.
Is he under an exclusive Legends deal, do you know?
That I don't know.
Because if he's not, how does AEW not have him for the FTR versus Edge and Christian match?
Well, they brought AEW was there. He
had the world title.
He held the title up.
But that's my point. If they can, that's a no-brainer. Is presenting the titles Edge and Christian after they beat FTR because of how much Dax fucking loves. I think he would kill his family for Bret Hart if he asked him to. He loves Bret Hart. The bald guy, the bald one. I get the names mixed up all the time. But yeah, no, he between that relationship he has with FTR and specifically Dax, and then obviously the Edge and Christian aspect, and it'll be in Canada. That seems like a no-brainer to me if they're able to do that legally.
100%. I think you absolutely,
especially after these comments as well. Anyway, but irrespective of these comments, but especially now after these.
Yeah.
But WWE, the one thing they do a good job of is locking all these legends and ex guys down to these deals so they can't do things like that. So, I mean, I don't mean good like me, like I give a fuck, but I mean business wise, it's good for them. That not
for
to
sure.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That seems like a no-brainer if they're able to, though.
Yeah.
And Tony Khan would, I feel like.
I think Tony Khan has respect for Bret.
And Dax will reach out and tell Tony, "Hey, can you see if this is able to happen?"
Yeah. That'd be cool. Yeah. All right, what else do we got going on in the wrestling world before we dive into Raw? Well, I mean, it kind of has to do with Raw because they had to change a match, but it seems like Naomi. So yesterday, right before Raw, report comes out that Naomi was not medically cleared, so she was supposed to have herself a world championship match against Io Sky last night. So that match was scrapped.
Would have been great, too.
It would have been fantastic. Don't get me wrong. We got a good match out of Io anyway. That we'll talk about.
Io could fight me and you, and it'd be an 8-star out of 10 match.
100%. Out of 10 match. But so that happens, but they're being kind of hush-hush. Nobody knows what's going on with Naomi. Apparently, I was told by Josh live right here on the Hive during our watch-along every Monday. Although the next couple, when they're in Europe, we will not be doing live because it'll be too early for Josh, and I will be working.
It'll be work time in the States and sleep time in Australia.
Correct. Yeah. But every normal start time for Raw, me and Josh are here for a watch along. So if you're watching Raw, you should be tuning in. We have a good time.
And even if it's not, sorry to interrupt, but if it's like an earlier one on like a little bit later though, like maybe 2 hours later than they will start in the UK. I or someone else will just jump on with JBJ if we're available and we'll watch it too. Who cares?
Yeah.
There's a big one too. You never know. They sometimes like to do the Saudi things where they do the Raw or SmackDown in Saudi before it.
Mm-hmm.
So if they do that, I'm sure if we're both available, we'd be willing to jump on and talk about it.
100%.
But yeah. And we have some other programming notes for you guys later on the show.
We do. So that came out. And then today, there have been, I want to say it was Brian Alvarez who said it on Twitter. Let me pull it up.
The always correct Brian Alvarez.
Not true. However, it's not like he's always wrong either. So,
no. You have to take it with a little bit more than a grain of salt, but not as gospel.
Yes.
Maybe like a pound of salt instead of a grain.
Yeah. So let me pull this up. I have it here. So this is according to, this is a quote. It says, there is definitely a rumor going around in WWE about what's going on with Naomi, and like it's being talked about by the people there. And if it is, in fact, what's going on, she is going to be out for a long, long time. So it doesn't lean into what the rumor is or anything like that, but basically Brian Alvarez said, hey, I heard there are people talking about what potentially could have happened with Naomi. If that is real, not good.
But the only thing, everybody in the backstage thought Rollins was actually hurt too.
And that's another thing. I know I talked about it when we were talking about the Kross thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can believe anything anymore.
Do you like that or hate it? Because I feel very torn about it. I love it in the aspect of, oh God, I might think Naomi has a torn ACL, but then she pops up on SmackDown. I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. And then I hate it as in, like, they're fucking with you, like, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm the other way around. I think when it comes to, again, I think when it comes to,
we love the Rollins thing though.
I didn't love the Rollins thing. I was right about, and I thought it was well done. But I don't see, again, I mentioned this to Josh last night. To me, it's not so much how I was fine with it as a viewer. If I worked there, I would have a problem with it, because I would be like, if you lied, because I'd be like, if you lied to me and you said that was a real injury to me, the person who works here, what else are you lying to me about? And that would build a certain level of untrust with me. Not right away, like but if I was like, hey, if I was somebody of stature or just worked there and I said, oh, Seth is really hurt, like, is Seth really hurt? And they were like, yeah, yes he is, yeah, it really hurt. And I believe Nikki Bella on her podcast said that at Evolution she talked backstage to Seth Rollins for over 30 minutes about his knee injury.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
What?
Kind of like it.
Yeah, because it's funny.
It's maybe the
now imagine if you're Nikki Bella and you had a God's honest conversation.
That's
not in character. You had a God's honest conversation with somebody you work with for over 30 minutes, and they were lying about everything right to your face.
But it's different in me and yours line of work in wrestling. That's different.
But it's not when you're backstage, not in that. No.
Okay, pretend. Okay, this is, again, fuck this guy. But if Brock was like this great guy, that would have been a great moment, I would say. Would you not? Or it'd be a much better moment.
Yeah, if he wasn't
fuck that. When Punk came back, nobody thought he was coming back. Backstage especially. And they hit him, and then he
there were guys. But there were guys, Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, who had asked management if it was happening and were told no.
I like that.
But that's why they were so pissed when that happened.
And guess what? Now they made millions of dollars and no one's fucking mad about it.
I get it, but I'm just saying it can build a certain level of.
I think in wrestling, you know what you're signing up for to a point, though. You as a performer are lying to the crowd all the time. But
that's your job. Exactly. Your job isn't to get lied to by your bosses.
They're not getting lied to in, like,
yes, they are.
Okay, why is it important to Kofi Kingston if Bayley got hurt? Fakely.
In storyline, it's not, but if he's friends with Bayley and she's not around and he asks someone, hey, is Bayley okay? And they go, yeah, she tore her ACL, and then she's running out to attack somebody the next week. What the hell, bro? I wasn't asking you as Kofi Kingston, the character. I was asking you as me, the human being. Is she hurt or not?
I like it. I love that part of it. That's the part I do like.
You would feel different. You would feel different.
I would be much happier.
That is crazy. That is crazy. I'm just saying,
you know what you're signing up for as a wrestler.
You're not signing up to be lied. Yes, correct. It's an actor's job to lie too, but it's not. They don't expect to be lied to by the director.
Yeah, but that's different though. So if Liam Neeson yes, it is. If Liam Neeson's doing a movie with Leo DiCaprio, why would Liam Neeson give a fuck if Leo DiCaprio had a broken finger? Why would he give a fuck?
So if Leo DiCaprio, if he signs up to do a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and they're co-workers, even if they're not in a scene together, and Liam Neeson then finds out, oh shit, Leo tore his ACL doing this, he's going to be out. What do you mean? He's not in the movie anymore? No, he's out. And then all of a sudden, an hour later, fucking Leo walks in. He's going to, no! I'm Liam Neeson. You don't fucking lie to me.
I don't think there's a problem with that.
You don't lie to me.
Nikki Bella not knowing if Seth Rollins is really hurt does not affect anything at all.
I don't care about her not knowing. She spent 30+ minutes of her time being lied to
by
directly
him, not WWE. That's
on orders by the big guys to say, don't spoil it.
I think Seth Rollins has enough pull if he said, I want to tell Nikki Bella I'm actually not hurt. I think
it has been a lifelong thing. I have been reading dirt sheets and listening to wrestling podcasts for as long as I did it. It's been a lifelong thing. You don't work the boys and girls. That has been a saying forever. You don't work the boys and girls.
I don't know if we should go on old school sayings.
No, I agree, but you don't work the boys and girls as like an unwritten rule. And this was now that feels like
the people it was important and prevalent to knew.
Yeah, all right.
Again, immediate writers knew. Triple H knew. I'm assuming Paul Heyman knew. I'm assuming Bronson and Braun knew. And I'm assuming CM Punk knew.
I just think there's a difference between like the Cena heel turn, right? On WWE Unreal, Triple H is like 5 people knew.
Yeah, which I believe.
And I feel like there is a difference between that type of situation than playing off an injury as a real injury. Okay, like playing it off as real and then telling the behind the scenes real life boy, not on camera, not in character, the real life boys and girls that he's really hurt. So they go through the emotions, they reach out, they say, oh shit, they're having 35-minute conversations, wishing them well, and oh God, what's going on with your knee? And then it's all bullshit.
I will say this, I bet if Nikki Bella reached out while Seth Rollins is sitting on his couch watching The Office, he would have told her he's not actually hurt.
No, he wouldn't have.
Bullshit.
He spent 35 minutes.
Yeah, you know sitting in Gorilla talking where he's not going to tell him when everybody's around.
How long of a conversation that is to have with somebody?
Okay,
that is a long conversation.
He's not going to tell her that in front of 40 people.
I'm just saying. That's crazy.
Let's get into this for a second. The people like Sean, Brian Alvarez, and Meltzer, I don't know this for a fact, but let's assume some of the sources are wrestlers themselves. Some of the sources are people that should not be telling him information, like producers and writers.
Of course.
Okay, what if Rollins says, hey, no, I'm actually good, and not, but like Abyss heard that, and he's friends with Sean and texts him that.
Yeah, I get that. That's why Seth Rollins shouldn't be there, which for the most part, he wasn't there.
But he was there to support his wife and his family.
And Evolution he was. Yes, friends, yes. But for the most part, if you're injured, you're not there, so it doesn't matter. But I'm saying, look at
you're telling me if Seth's sitting on the couch with Becky and his daughter, and Nikki texted him saying, "Hey, I know we said what we said, but maybe you couldn't say because the boys and girls were around. No, are you actually hurt? You think he would say, yes, I'm actually hurt?
No, he would have played that off and worked everybody until he was back.
No. So I'm saying you would have told you're saying he would have said to her, yes, I'm actually injured. In the text message, sitting at his house.
Yes.
I don't think that's...
He had a 30... Dude.
Yes, in Gorilla with 40 people around the...
I don't give a shit where it is. If he's willing to go that length, yeah, he'll lie in a text message too.
I don't think so. Because there's not 70 people around that'll spurt it to everybody else.
No, he would have
sitting at her house.
He would have kept it.
No shot.
He would have kept it.
And I bet you that conversation happened out of the building.
I bet you it didn't.
I'll bet you it did.
I bet you that Nikki Bella was
open invitation for Nikki Bella.
Yeah, she can come on here next week and clarify. I'm telling you that Nikki Bella was worked just like we were worked.
At the facility she was. I guarantee you she reached out off camera. That did not happen.
I bet you she didn't.
How come no one else came out and talked about it?
Because probably nobody else talked to him for a half hour because nobody really cared.
No, because they reached out privately and he told them. That's why. I'm telling you. You don't think if Seth told her it was a work, nobody else would have got that information back there? Yes, 100%. Someone would have heard it and spat it at somebody. You don't think that would have happened?
Maybe.
Okay, so you can't take that risk if that's a big angle for someone.
But would you rather take the risk of having your roster not trust management?
A part-timer that's never there and that has nothing to do with the storyline? Why do I...
But I'm sure she's not the only one that feels that way.
I guarantee you no one else came out because that did not happen because they reached out privately and he told them they weren't hurt, that he wasn't hurt.
That is a strong assumption.
And so is you assuming that didn't happen.
I'm only going by the information that I have, and everybody that is reputable has said that this was a complete work, even to the other people on the roster.
I believe that, but I'm saying if they reached out not on camera, and not in the back and not with 40 people around, I guarantee he would have told him that.
I just feel like that would go against them working everybody like they did.
So you don't think it's different if Seth texted Kofi Kingston and said, "I'm not actually hurt," as if he said it in Gorilla with 50 people around? You don't think that's different? Of course it's different.
Yeah, it's different, but I don't think he did either.
What I'm just saying, of course it's a different. If he was going, you would agree with this. If he was going to tell her it was a work,
here's what I'm saying.
He would have texted her that rather than told her that.
Here's what I'm saying with Seth. If you know it's a work, why the fuck are you talking to her for 35 minutes? Talk to her for 5 minutes and get the hell out of there. You're lying. You're lying. He
probably doesn't see her very often either. She's not there every week.
So it's his friend who he doesn't see often. So he just decided to lie to her the whole time during that conversation.
I bet I would get. You don't think there's a chance, and I'm not saying it's likely, that she's playing it up on the podcast as well?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, so how do you keep saying WWE's dictating these people, telling people things? How do you know they didn't dictate? Hey,
look, all I'm saying is that it's a slippery slope. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything will come of it. I just think it's a slippery slope.
No, nothing will come of it, but I don't like that part of
it. Before we dive into Raw, Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Twist the Metal 2. Injury, yeah. This one's actually real. I don't think he's working the boys and girls at AEW. But season 2 of Twisted Metal just came out on the Peacock, and he's doing some media. And he was asked, he revealed that he suffered a fractured ankle during filming, and he had to spend the rest of his time on set wrapping his ankle up and limping through the pain. The quote was, normally I would say the ring is always a much more precarious place to be in, but halfway through the season, I fractured my ankle. Nothing crazy. We had done a series of pretty crazy driving stunts and some dangerous things here and there. Then it was just parking. I had to hop out the back on some really rocky, busted up asphalt. I turned my ankle and spent the rest of the season taping it up and limping through it. Twisted Metal is incredibly physical. Fighting scenes, driving scenes. Anytime that car is driving, you see me in it, it's me. It's a demanding role, but spending enough time in the ring as I have, it's no new territory. And then he said he'll be back on AEW TV. He said definitely sooner than later. We're clearing our various medical protocols, and as soon as we're done with that, we'll be back to business. So, luckily, it didn't seem like anything too serious, but a fractured ankle, that probably didn't feel great. Have you watched Twisted Metal at all?
No.
I watched the first season. Better than I thought. I
heard he is like the physical, but not the.
He's not the voice. Yeah, no. Will Arnett is the voice. Yeah, but he is the physical person of Sweet Tooth. The physical person.
I've seen the pictures and stuff.
Yeah. It's good though because he uses you hear him laugh and he uses his manner it's good. It's good.
Yeah. Samoa Joe is very. You can tell when it's him walking around and stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's talk some Raw. So like we said, there was a world title match that was supposed to be happening last night. They had to put the ixnay on that because of the Naomi situation. But the show started off with one CM Punk. They are in Quebec City, Quebec. He comes out. He does his thing that makes me vomit about being a nice, wonderful to be alive on a Monday and all that stuff. Then he starts talking about Seth Rollins. He says that Seth is a wannabe CM Punk and not as good a version. He goes, hey, if you watch SummerSlam, you saw for the first time in 12 years or whatever, I climbed the mountain, I became a champion. He goes, but I can't help but feel like I let you guys down. He goes, I'm not going to apologize, but I'll say that if you thought I was driven and obsessed to become champion before, after seeing how everybody reacted to me holding that title, I'll be even more driven and obsessed. And he goes, but that night was ruined by Seth Rollins cashing in. Then LA Knight comes out, CJ.
Yeah.
LA Knight comes out. He says, hey, I don't got a problem with you. Me and you were fine. He goes, however, last week I was having a match and I was going to win that match. And or he thought he was going to win that match, even though he was about to get friggin' his head piled into concrete. But he basically says, I lost that match because you came out and attacked Seth and you got my business. So I should be the one that is fighting Seth for the title first, not you, so you need to get to the back of the line. CM Punk then says, hey, man, I came out to save you. You should be thanking me because you were about to get stomped into the concrete. I came out, so you should be thanking me and getting behind me. They go back and forth and all that stuff, and then we get the Braun Brawns and Paul Heyman. Punk ends up calling him a crybaby, says, you're going to, let's go. We're here to fight. Let's go tonight. And then Paul Heyman goes, hey, you know what? That sounds good. Let's have a tag match. The Braun Brawns versus you and LA Knight. And CM Punk and LA Knight agree. Yeah, and that's how we get. So that's the new main event of the evening, would be that massive tag match. And then we kind of got into the action of the evening. It was AJ Styles teaming with Dragon Lee to go up against Dominic Mysterio and El Grande Americano.
Dragon El Grande Americanos in this match.
It's true. Dragon Lee, Dominic Mysterio, and El Grande Americano are all in the Fatal 4-Way this Saturday night at Triple Mania. What is it? The Mega Championship? Is that what they call it?
Yep,
the Mega World Champion? Yep. So it will be the champion, Vikingo, defending against Dragon Lee, Dominic Mysterio, and Grande Americano. So Dragon Lee teamed with AJ Styles. This was a good little tag match, I thought. At one point, Dragon Lee did like a slingshot into the Styles Clash. Little tag team move that was awesome. I loved it. But at the end of the day, El Grande Americano, and Dominic was wearing a mask for most of this match in honor of the Lucha Libre and Triple Mania and all that stuff. Grande Americano pulled that little metal thing that he has, and he put it in his mask. He got punched or he got hit in the head. It flew out. Dom then found it, put it in his mask, and he hit AJ with a big headbutt, which caused Grande Americano to roll him up with the schoolboy, and Grande Americano pinned AJ Styles to get Dom and AJ this win. So, but I thought this was an overall pretty decent tag match, AJ. I mean, CJ, Jesus.
AJ, wow.
Yeah, AJ was in the match. A lot of J's.
I'm actually gonna more than likely be watching that on YouTube this weekend. Triple Mania. I just looked it up while you were talking. That's why I looked down. The betting odds for that. Dominic is weirdly not favored to it.
Really? I thought he would be the clear favorite.
Vikingo is minus 180. It's not huge, but Dominic's second.
Where's Grande Americano on that list? Is he last?
Let me take a look. I just put it out. He is.
Because it wouldn't shock me.
He is third. Dragon Lee is last.
Okay. Wouldn't shock me.
And then Dominic's teammates, the Judgment Day, are big favorites to win their trios tag match over Iguana, Nino, and Lola Vice. The newly re-signed Lola Vice, by the way. Good for her.
Yep, good for her. Good for her. Agreed. Let's see here. We did find out that Io Sky, she had a little backstage altercation when they were talking about the match getting tossed with Naomi. And Raquel and Roxanne showed up. They were making fun of Io. And then Io said, hey, I'll fight you tonight. And Pierce made it official. So we were going to get Io and Roxanne later. Then we went into Rusev and Sami Zayn. Hometown, Quebec City, Sami Zayn. Him and Rusev started off real slow, got a commercial break. They came back and started picking up. It was going real well. It was fun for a while. But out of nowhere, towards the end of this match, as it looked like Sami was lining up Rusev for a haluva kick, we saw the MFTs show up. They pulled Sami Zayn out of the ring. Then Talatonga shows up. They give Sami a big boot. They're beating the crap out of him. Adam Pearce comes down with security. They break it up. And then we see on the other side of the ring that Sheamus out of nowhere comes out. He starts attacking Rusev. They start brawling all around the ring. And that was it. And Sami had to get help to the back. So it seems like we're doing Sami and the Solos bloodline. Why?
Sami's never been involved with the bloodline, so that's a nice
like
one.
Why are we doing that?
I don't know. I just think they have nothing for the bloodline.
Ridiculous.
Well, you know what it is? This is probably what the reason is. We didn't even think of this. Sami could get a nice win in France, which is Montreal light, basically. Everybody in Montreal's French, so he's gonna get a huge pop there.
Yeah, probably, most likely. They'll sing it. They'll do the ole, they'll sing. They'll do all this stuff.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Anytime Sammy can get a win in front of a big crowd, I'm fine with it.
Of course. Technically, he did get the win by DQ, so he did get the win.
You think they put the strap on him, or he feuds with other people in the group?
I think he's just gonna feud with other people. I don't think he's gonna win.
So if it's a singles match in Paris, is it against JC, or what do you think?
Oh yeah, because
they do him and Jimmy, maybe.
Him and Jimmy versus like JC and Tala.
Yeah, something like that.
Or something like that. Yeah, because if he goes against Solo, it would have to be for the title.
And Sammy's not going to lose there.
And you know, I think if it was for the title, he would win. He would lose.
But I'm saying I don't think they want to put the title on him, but they also don't want to lose him. So I have him lose. So I don't think they do that.
That's fair.
And then you do the thing where Solo attacks, and then Jacob Fatu makes a save, and Sammy wins or something, gets the pin against Tala or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was just set up for Sammy to get a win in front of like his Suedo home crowd in France. I know he's not from France, but if anybody knows, Montreal is all French people. It's just all French people in Montreal.
I agree.
So fuck the Canadians. Not the Canadian people, but the team, the hockey team, the Canadians. The Habs.
I mean, come on. Listen,
I just had to make sure I'm not saying all Canadian people.
Yeah. Canadian people. The Canadian people are swell. The Canadians. The Canadians.
Yeah, the Habs.
No. Care less. So we saw Io Sky in the back making her way to the gorilla position. And she runs into her friends, Kairi Sane and Asuka. They give her a pep talk and they offer to be in her corner. And Io Sky says, I've beaten Roxanne before. Thanks, but no thanks. I got this. And Asuka, more importantly than Kairi, but both of them are kind of like, okay. And then we get this Io Sky and Roxanne Perez match.
Asuka shoves Io.
That was later.
Oh, that was later, yeah. Okay.
That was after. This match was really good, as you would expect.
Shocker.
With Roxanne Perez and Io Sky.
Io Sky is just the best wrestler on the planet. Maybe.
She is on the short list for sure.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really ridiculous.
This match started really slow, which not in a bad way either, but the fact that it was starting with like collar and elbow and they were doing reversals. At one point they each had a head scissor and had like a fancy way to get out of the head scissor for each other. Yep. And with that pace when it was starting, I was like, this match is getting time. Mm-hmm. They're giving this match time tonight, and they gave them time.
I think they just gave it the world title time. They just gave the same amount of time.
100%. And it was really, really good. It started picking up, obviously, towards the end of the match. Raquel Rodriguez got involved a little bit. She got taken out by Io at one point. She was distracting the ref towards the end of this match. So Raquel starts to get involved, and then we see Asuka and Kairi make their way to the ring to, I think, just to be friendly and even the odds. Yep. Then they get up on the apron and Io, not like in a bad way or mean or anything. She's just like, no, like, I don't need your help. Mm-hmm. I'm fine. And as she's doing that, she gets hit and she knocks them off the apron. And when she knocks them off the apron, Roxanne then wins by a schoolboy after that, and she gets the win over Io, which is a huge win for Roxanne. And then we kind of see Io just kind of looking at Asuka and Kairi like, what the hell, guys? I told you not to come down here. Like, I would have won. And then a little bit later in the back, we see Io Sky, and she's actually bickering with Kairi and Asuka. And they're talking in Japanese, but things are getting heated. You can tell they're getting louder and yelling. And then Asuka just shoves Io and walks off. And then Io and Kairi kind of look at each other, and Kairi looks like she's in the middle. And then she kind of just walks off as well. So clearly, we are heading in a direction where we're going to be getting at least Asuka and Io, but I would expect that maybe both of them turn on Io. And we're going to dive into that kind of story moving forward.
Match. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Should be excellent. Should be excellent.
Yep.
I like this. This was the match I wanted at SummerSlam.
And we need more mid-card non-title women's feuds. That would be great. That are actually storyline driven and stuff, and that would be exactly this.
Yes, 100%. 100%. So I very much like this. I like where we're going with Asuka and Io. Like, I'm more than and Kairi too. Like, I'm in on all of it. So
sure. While we're still on Io and the women's division, we talked about the meaning, I guess, if she actually is injured. But if she is actually injured, what do you do with that title, Naomi?
I would make the match in Paris, Io and Stephanie, and I just put it on the line.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Then do you have Io win, or do you have Asuka cost Io? Or do you have Asuka, like, pretend they're squashing the beef and they celebrate after, and then her and Kairi beat the shit out of Io? First of all, do you think Naomi was beating Stephanie?
I do, yes, but I know Josh did not. I think Josh.
I thought she was going to.
I thought that I remember when I talked about it with Josh. Josh thought that they were strapping the rocket on Steph, and Stephanie was going to win.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I wouldn't. Well, that's the direction I would go in now.
Yeah, that's my point. Do you keep it off of Stephanie if that was your original choice? So you just put it on Io instead of Naomi. So you just switch course and give it to Stephanie.
Yes.
Okay.
For me, I would. Yeah, because it was supposed to be Io and Naomi, and the winner was going to go to Paris to face Steph. Naomi. It was going to be Naomi, but if Naomi's hurt to the point where she can't make that, I think you would have to just give that spot to Io.
Yeah.
And I would just put the vacant title up for grabs. Okay. And then that would be for the title. And I would actually have Stephanie go over in that case. Over Io.
Io's my favorite wrestler in any company, on any man, woman, doesn't matter. But Stephanie is. I will never be mad at them just strapping the rockets. Stephanie McCare. I mean,
how could you be?
Let's not be crazy here.
Yeah, how could you be?
Especially they could even have her go to AAA and do some stuff with it as well.
Absolutely.
So,
all right, let's see here. We also had an Intercontinental Championship match.
Mm-hmm.
Becky Lynch defended against Maxine Dupree. This for me.
But real quick, Becky with a funny training video the day before.
Oh my God, tremendous, tremendous. Here's my thing. I was looking forward to this match just because I thought that Becky was going to make Maxine look as good as she could, and I think she did. And it was just a short match. It was everything it needed to be. Right. But I thought this was, and I think obviously this is building to Becky and Natalya for
Who's
a
also
match.
Fighting at Triple Mania.
Did you see her match at Bloodsport with
Masha? Yeah.
You watched it?
Yep.
That match fucking ruled.
I always watch Bloodsport. I love Bloodsport.
That shit fucking ruled.
Yeah.
That was real good.
You think we had that Natalya at Triple Mania? Or she's back to WWE Natalya? What do they call her? The low-key legend? Is that her nickname on the indies?
Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
Yeah. But she does not do that in WWE.
No. I would very much like to see that character of Natty in WWE.
I would as well, but I don't know if she wants to.
You don't think she does?
I think she likes to keep them separate, but I'm certainly not opposed to it. I would love to see Natalya with like a serious run to the title. Whether she wins it or not is a different question, but
I would love to see her with the serious run with the title. For real. Like that would be.
So they're going to Canada anytime soon. They love to put her on the Canada cards. And a pay-per-view, I mean.
I don't think so.
Because they were just there with Raw and SmackDown, but
I don't know. I don't know. But I would really like to see that Natalya. I would really like to see that.
I do sadly think you run the risk of, if she did come in and win the title or something, that the WWE crowd wouldn't be thrilled about it in arena.
Yeah, I agree.
So, because they're, you know how they are. Brock Lesnar got the biggest cheer in the last 6 years the other day, so we know how those cards are.
We do.
The people in a WWE arena, if there's 20,000, what would you put the number on of people that did not seen Italian in Bloodsport or even know about that character. 17,000 of them don't know about it.
I would say 80% of the crowd.
Yeah. Oh, I would say maybe even higher than that.
Probably even higher than that, but 90. I feel comfortable saying 80 is probably like the low bar.
Not even that they didn't see the match, that they don't even know about the character. I would say they didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
that character rules.
But if they saw it for a few weeks or a month, maybe they would like it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how you wouldn't like it personally.
I agree.
Masha's got NXT written all over. I don't know how she.
Oh, she's been on NXT. Yeah, she's she's tremendous. All right, what else did we get on Raw? Oh, you know what was my favorite thing on Raw was this Bayley. The
ending was
holy shit. This thing was incredible.
Not in a bad way, but I mean, like very like
this was my favorite thing on the whole show.
We are huge Pam stands here on the program.
We love Pam.
Love Pam.
Love Pam. All right, so we come back from commercial. She's sitting. It almost feels like a therapy session with her.
Yeah, it looks like she's talking to somebody.
Yeah. And she's talking about how she doesn't know where she's going right now. And the role model gimmick was something she had thought about before it even ever happened, and it came together very naturally. But now she's here by herself, and it's all her fault. And she just keeps on saying, it's all my fault. I have no friend. I'm not the champion anymore. It's all my fault. I have nobody by my side. It's all my fault. And she's just going through this. And then at the end, there's like the screen started to warp a little bit. And she
it looked like a Wyatt family type of
thing.
And
she like grasped her ears or covered her ears. And then we heard her laugh. We heard
like
the Bayley laugh.
Yeah.
Like the old, like ding dong, like that laugh. Like it was like that laugh. And then the screen just ended.
Yeah.
So clearly, a character change.
Like a demented, I'm going to just be desperate to win the title or desperate to beat people type of thing.
Yes.
Do you think the one where she keeps saying she's all by herself and has nobody, that we get somebody? Or do you think it ends up being that she's by herself, so she's going to embrace it now?
I don't know, but I'm very intrigued by this.
Obviously, Mercedes is not available. Charlotte's doing something with Alexa, and Becky, they just had her wrapped up with Becky, so I think they stay away from that for a little while. So, like, what? Those are like the immediate three options. When you think of Bayley, you think of those three. Who else do they bring Dakota back? That would be cool.
I would love it. I feel like it's definitely deserved if they wanted to bring her back. I would love that. I'm trying to think of who else it could be, because
you think of Damage Control, and Io's obviously in a huge program now. Might even be in a title match at a stadium show in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Do you think they would bring anybody up from?
Yeah, that's the only thing.
NXT. I don't know who. But
if Mariah May did like the Tony Storm like demented gimmick again.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Bayley just bludgeoning people.
Yeah,
but I think they want to keep her as like the Tiffany Stratton type. I think Dakota Kai would be awesome. That'd be great. People would love that too. I think that'd be And Dakota Kai loves to play characters, so she would probably love to play a demented type of psychopath type of guy, type of girl.
100%. 100%. I'm very intrigued by this. I want to see where this goes.
Has she popped up anywhere on Indies or anywhere?
Dakota Kai? I don't think so.
I wonder if there's a reason for that.
Maybe.
Because that would be like a no-brainer for Indies to book if she wanted it, obviously.
Oh, yeah, she would be.
Please.
I mean, if I was AEW, I would be going hard at her as more
but not
than
even
anybody.
that, like just like a GCW and
all of them,
Revolver and all these other places.
Mm-hmm.
But I do wonder if there's maybe a reason for that.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I wonder, she's a big streamer. I don't think she's been streaming and stuff like that either.
No,
she like loves streaming and games and all that. But she hasn't been wrapped up in that really either. So I wonder if there's maybe they tell her like where they came to terms on doing like stay out of sight, out of mind, so people don't even know you're still around in other companies. You're not around here. You're not around anywhere.
Yeah,
people forget about you kind of a little bit.
Yeah, good.
It's probably wishful thinking, but I would love it. I would love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right after this Bayley thing, we've run into Lyra Valkyria, and she's interviewed backstage, and she is basically denying. She goes, "Man, that's really crazy about Bayley, but like this is not." And she's saying that's not my fault.
Yeah,
I didn't do that to Bayley. That wasn't my fault. I didn't had nothing to do with that. I know we've been going at it a little bit here, but nope, that was not my intention. That not my fault. So we got Bayley saying everything is her fault, and then you got Lyra saying that what's going on with Bayley is not her fault.
So Becky's fault.
Yeah. So again, I think it ends up being Bayley versus Lyra here for a little bit. That's the vibe I'm getting as Becky kind of moves on.
I don't think it was an accident that it was right after the segment either.
Yes. But yeah, I'm very into that. I'm very into that. We then had Io Sky, who was walking backstage, beat up after her match. And Stephanie Vaquer runs into her, and she just reminds her that she isn't the only one that's owed a title match. And then Io keeps walking, and we see Rhea Ripley to the largest pop of the evening. Not even out in front of the people, just out in the back, largest pop of the night, by far. Rhea Ripley rolls up. She offers her sympathies for what happened out there and what happened with Asuka. And she starts talking about the Kabuki Warriors and all that stuff. And Io just interrupts her and starts to get angry or agitated, I would say, more than angry. And she says that, hey, I can tell what you're trying to do. Just stay out of it. And she walks away, and Rhea is kind of, just kind of like, and that.
Sucks.
Yeah. And then it was main event time. It was the Braun Brawns against CM Punk and LA Knight. Good match, man. Yep. Good main event. It felt like this was a big-time match. LA Knight feels like, and I know he's not everybody's cup of tea, but LA Knight feels like he belongs up there with CM Punk. Like, he feels like he fits right in here, right?
He does.
And I thought that this match was pretty
good. By the way,
good.
The best thing I got out of this is that Braun is okay after the SummerSlam.
Yes. And I must say, earlier in the night, when at the end of that segment, Braun was hysterical, where he yelled at CM. He goes, "You're 47!"
Yeah.
And then he goes, "And you're 40. It's like 100." And he yells. Tremendous.
Give that guy the fucking title, man. Fucking who cares at this point?
He is so over. I think I said it was it on here? I said it last week. I said
Seth Rollins' socks off. It's going to be the biggest pop in the last 5 years in that company.
Oh my God, dude. He is so over. And he's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Yeah, so this match, we went back and forth. Braun, even with him hurting his knee, he still did that crazy-ass move where he jumps from the apron to the table. Even though
he's good enough to compete, he's obviously not 100%. He was in that monkey breeze.
Yeah. One thing I will say, I do love how Bronson and Braun do the Steiner riser.
Yeah.
I love that. That's like one of my favorite things that has come out of this duo is that they do that move in honor of the Steiner brothers, because that was a badass finisher back in the day. Badass finisher. I like this match, but you know what I didn't like, CJ? For the fourth straight week, the main event of Raw ended in some bullshit DQ.
Sure did.
I'm getting tired of it. It's lazy bullshit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Lazy.
Sure is.
This was a good match. Give me a winner. You're telling me CM Punk couldn't have pinned Bronson Reed, or LA Knight couldn't have hit a BFT on Bronson Reed and pinned him? You don't want to pin Braun? I get it. Bronson Reed can take a pin, and I love Bronson Reed too. But Bronson Reed can take a pin. He's fine.
Let's be honest. That's why he's in that group.
Correct. He's fine. Why do we need a DQ? Why?
We didn't need one.
You could have done everything you did after the match when there was a winner and still got to what we got to. Instead, we get a month straight of Raw main events ending with some bullshit. It's just annoying.
And there either, because next week will be the go home, bro.
Yeah, it's just annoying. It's lazy. So we get towards the end of this match. Seth Rollins pops, and Seth Rollins, who in a promo earlier in the night said that he was flying home, heading to the airport to fly up on out of there.
This guy flies everywhere. Huh?
Apparently.
Bitch.
So we get to this match. It looks like CM Punk and LA Knight are starting to work together a little bit. It looks like they're bringing it home, and they're going to win. Seth Rollins comes out of nowhere, attacks Punk from behind. DQ. Then the numbers and the Vision take control. They start beating LA Knight and CM Punk down. And then we hear Jey Uso's music.
Massive
steel
pop,
chair. Yeah, huge pop. Steel chair in hand. He gets to the ring. He hits. Well, Braun Breaker meets him in the ramp. He hits him with the chair. He gets inside. Seth bails. Bronson gets a good shot with the chair he doesn't even move him. And then Jay just kind of beats him up a little bit. He falls into the ropes. He gives him another chair shot. He sends him to the floor. And then, as the Vision are gathering themselves and the baby faces are in the ring, Adam Pearce walks. I liked Adam Pearce last night. I thought he was very.
I like Adam Pearce.
Yeah, he's been doing really great. He gets, you know what, Seth? He basically says, I'm sick and tired of you lying to everybody and disrupting everything. You're injuring your opponents. He goes, but I'm going to turn this into an opportunity. He goes, it's pretty simple. He goes, Seth, you just earned yourself an opportunity to defend the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Clash in Paris. And he goes, and you earned that against Jey Uso, against LA Knight, and against CM Punk in a fatal 4-way. So Adam Pearce kind of pulls the wool over Seth's eyes. So we got a fatal 4-way match at Clash in Paris. And it is Seth going against 3 baby faces in Jey Uso, LA Knight, and CM. Oh, 100%. 100%. And then post-match, Knight gets in CM Punk's face. So that all happens. Seth is pissed. Paul Heyman starts walking right towards Pierce, like they're all doing that. Yeah. And in the ring, LA Knight gets in Punk's face, and he's like, hey. And Jay tries to break, so then they start fighting. They're fighting. Jay gets in the middle of it. He breaks it up, and he breaks it up by pulling LA Knight off of Punk. LA Knight throws a back elbow and hits Jey Uso across the face with it. And then CM Punk gets up, and he's going to give LA Knight the GTS, and Braun Breaker shows up out of nowhere. And you said when he spears Rollins out of his sock, I thought I saw CM Punk's spleen land in the 6th row.
And it's been bad.
With this fucking spear.
And it's always the best when WWE does the camera where you can't see him, and you know something's going to happen, but you still are surprised how fast it comes in.
Just murders CM Punk with the spear.
So the rest CM Punk will actually not be a Clash because he has passed away.
Might not. Internal bleeding for sure. And then the rest of the Vision get back in the ring, and they just destroy the baby faces. Bronson Reed hits a Death Valley driver on Jay, and then he hits the tsunami on Jay. And then Rollins basically has set everybody up, and he hits a blackout curb stomp on all 3, LA Knight, Jey Uso, and CM Punk. And it stands with the Vision standing tall, Rollins holding the belt up high. And that is how Raw went off the air.
This means Punk and Knight will take each other out, and Seth pins Jay. Clash.
That would be what I would guess would happen.
That is how that, and then we get LA Knight, CM Punk.
But I expect, here's my thing. I'm expecting Roman Reigns' presence at Clash in Paris. Okay. Whether that maybe he ends up fighting Bronson, because Bronson does have the Shoe of Fala. First of all, I don't know if that was Heyman himself that pitched the Shoe of Fala, the name, but whoever did, they need a fucking raise. They need a fucking raise. Tremendous, the Shoe of Fala. The people were chanting Shoe of Fala last night. I assume Roman will be fighting maybe a Bronson Reed 101. That'd be a good spot for Bronson, even though he'd take the L. That'd be a good spot. Or Roman comes out to cancel out Braun and Bronson in this. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I could
just have Jimmy come out too,
because I could see, like you said, LA Knight and CM Punk take each other out. It's Jay versus Seth then, and the Brawns come out, and Roman comes out to take care of that, which would also still feed into Jay and Roman and that issue. And then that leaves Rollins gets the best of Jay somehow, or something like that. Or there's going to be some sort of bullshit. You know there is.
We're going longer than we usually like to, but do you think they ever give Roman another title?
I don't think he needs one for a while, but yes, I do.
I don't care if he needs one.
I do think at some point he will get one, yes.
And then do you think they ever pull the trigger on LA Knight? Because I don't know how they haven't.
I think they should.
I feel like this would be the second time they should have, and
he should have beat Raw. Well, no,
he should have won Money in the Bank.
He should have been the guy that won Money in the Bank. He should have beat. No, he should have won 2 years ago, but he should have also won it. And I get it. You got the great turn and Seth and all that, and I like Seth. LA Knight to me was the clear-cut guy that should have won Money in the Bank this year.
Yeah. But so that he's not going to be harder than he was 2 years ago. No,
I agree, but he's still really he's still up there, man.
How long can you just have him lose though?
Well, I mean, I was going to say if he doesn't win the title, I would say if he doesn't win the world title in the next calendar year,
that's not happening. No way.
Why not? There's 2 of them, dude. You can't give him one for a month.
No, I would. He's not going to though. He's not touching the other one for sure. No shot. 0% chance to touch the other one.
Why? Once Cena's gone, I think it's fair game.
Cody's not losing that until Mania or SummerSlam.
So Randy?
If they give Randy Orton a world title at WrestleMania, I will put something through this monitor.
No, Randy's going to turn on him at some point. We're actually going to get that, right? Cody.
Yeah, but he's not going to win.
I could see him winning it, and then Cody wins it back at like a Mania.
How many times are we going to have Cody lose to an old guy and then just win it back from him?
Listen, I want Cody to fight younger dudes. Well, he's feuding with. Well, I will say this on SmackDown, they are going the Drew McIntyre route with Cody, which I'm all for.
No,
you don't like it.
I don't want Drew to lose again.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, I'm not. It's not an anti-Drew thing. It's literally a pro-Drew thing. I don't want him to lose again.
What if he doesn't?
You gave Cody the title back for a month?
They did it to Gunther.
He's not Cody Rhodes.
He's pretty fucking close.
Yeah, way better wrestler. I'm talking about like persona. He's not Cody Rhodes.
I get it. I don't know.
How long did Gunther have it for?
A month.
Time. Was it just one?
Maybe 5 weeks. Yeah. No, because he won it on a Raw.
Yeah, in Phoenix. I remember that.
Yeah. He held it for like 5 weeks or something. It was not long.
But he just had a year reign.
Yeah, I get it. It was the second reign, so it's fine. But, I'm
not against a little bit more of a hot potato-ish for a couple of reigns.
Yeah,
I don't need it every fucking 2 months. Though,
exactly.
I had a couple of times.
Yeah, I had no problem with the way everything went down at SummerSlam when it came to Gunther and Punk and Rollins.
But here's the thing, if you give it to McIntyre at Clash or whatever the next one is after that, he doesn't hold it for that long.
Why not?
You took it off.
I think Cody's going to Raw.
You can just swap the titles though, like they always do, and they do that thing in the back. Here's your title, and give me my title.
They better.
They're going to.
No, because I feel like each show has their own belt now. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, you could just give him the other. I would just bring the title with you. Fuck it.
I would have Drew fucking just beat him.
I just don't think they give Drew the title.
I don't think they will either. I don't think they will, but they should.
I don't know who would be next after Cody. Would you not love like a Jeff Hardy type of thing? Like Carmelo just randomly wins it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they got to do.
That'd be so cool.
That's what they got to do.
Nobody thought Jeff Hardy was winning that match,
brother.
Against what, Triple H, right?
That is the one thing that I think I'm missing from today's WWE is you have these big top of the card guys.
Yeah.
They need to occasionally. The Undertaker fought Jeff Hardy in that ladder match.
Yeah.
Before Jeff Hardy was a main event guy, but that helped catapult Jeff Hardy into the thought process that one day he was going to be a main event guy. They don't do that enough.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think you can do that with Cody. I think part of it is Undertaker's presence and how big and stuff he was. So if you want to do that with a Carmelo, I think Drew would have to be the champion. Because you have Melo just get fucking Claymored 100 times. He kicks out of all of them. He's bleeding or something. You know what I mean? Cody's the same size, about smaller. He's not that big.
That's fair.
Carmelo.
That's fair.
So I think the presence of Undertaker being 6'7" and 300 pounds is legitimately part of it.
Yeah.
I don't think you can buy Melo getting his ass beat by Cody Rhodes and overcoming it. Drew's a big motherfucker. He's huge.
It's huge. Huge.
So if he's just beating the shit out of Melo and then Melo keeps getting that type of thing, and then you have him beat, a Cody or whatever when he gets it back or something. But I would love a random ass title win. I think Drew's too big of a star for that to be. like him. He couldn't be like Melo, obviously, in that scenario.
Yeah.
You believe there's a chance Drew would beat Cody. Like, you believe that. If Melo's fighting Cody at Backlash, no one thinks Melo's going to win that.
I believe that Drew is very believable that he.
That's my point. So, but if this was Melo versus Cody at Clash, nobody is thinking Carmelo he's winning that.
No.
But it would be awesome if you did just randomly win it.
Yes.
That's my point. They need to do that more.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything else on the that was Raw? So
that was just yesterday. So
yeah. We didn't really talk much AEW, but Dynamite is tomorrow night, and then next week is the Go Home and
it'll be
Forbidden Door.
AEW
So yeah. So next week we'll probably be chatting more AEW than usual on this show, as we'll be previewing Forbidden Door as that card is kind of rounding up into shape. Later on this week, though, on Saturday now, we will be having the sports show. Like CJ said, we're debuting a series where kind of every week from now until the week 1 kickoff week, we'll be ranking some things. So this week we are going to rank all the starting quarterbacks from 1 to 32. And then we got some fun things lined up as well in the coming weeks that we'll kind of share.
I'll give some breaking news here, JPJ. I have Tyler Shuck 32nd. Very surprising.
All right, fair. I'm not telling a thing about my list until I get to it.
He has Drake May 31st.
That's not true. That's not true.
Drake May.
I don't hate Drake May.
Yes,
I just don't know if he's smart or not. That's
smarter
all.
Than us. Probably.
And at knowing football, maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if
That's
he's smarter
I don't
than
give
me.
a fuck if he can do calculus.
Okay, but I need him to start showing that he's smart on the field. So anyway, we'll get there.
There will be if you want to see, we will get into it about Drake May and more, I assume, on Saturday.
We will. And the odd thing is, we both root for Drake May and the team that he plays.
We both want him to be an MVP.
We both want him to be very good, and I think he will be very good. However, I'm not so sure on it as my co-host is, because again, I don't know what's between the ears. But like that being said, you did say that there are some other changes that you had mentioned earlier in the show. Some Hive time. Was it time? What'd you say? Scheduling changes?
Yeah. We spoke about some announcements for Clash of the Castle.
That's right.
There's 3 matches now, I believe, officially.
Mm-hmm.
This will be your watch along duo right here. These two guys. First time, or second time. Well, first schedule.
We did a Raw.
The second one was Josh had an emergency and I had to fill in.
The computer passed away. His computer passed away, and you filled in, which almost happened to me last night. By the way, I panicked.
You might see me on Raw with Josh.
I was panicked, and I texted Josh like 12 or 13 minutes before Raw, and I was like, "My computer's not turning on."
Oh dear.
So you might want to call in the backups, maybe. And then like 2 minutes before Raw, I figured everything out, and I was like, "We're alive!" So it was a close call. But CJ, obviously, we talk about it every week. But why don't we remind the people once again what else we got going on here at the Hive on a daily, weekly? We've been growing a good amount. We're feeling good about what's been happening here at the Hive. We have a new edition, and we have stuff every day here on the Hive. So
multiple things every day.
Yeah. So why don't you let the people know what we got going on here every day?
We, of course, have sports stuff on YouTube and Twitch with JPJ does it. Ryan does it. Stu does it. Watch-alongs, like me and JPJ will be on Clash. Josh has, I don't want to spoil, but we do know the team for Forbidden Door, JPJ. We do know that.
Yes, we do.
Josh and JPJ will be there, shockingly enough. Oh, so JPJ will be there, shockingly enough.
I shall.
We will stay tuned, by the way, the Hive_Media for who his partner will be on that program. But Substack, Peggy, Bryn, Josh is now regular on there. Yep. We are close to the debut of Michael's first piece, the newest addition to the team, where he'll be doing like non-WWE, AEW, and Impact or TNA reviews, write-ups, stuff like that, classic as well. More of like the New Japan, the CMLL, the AAA, the stuff like that. Of course. Josh live on Twitch 4 or 5 times a week.
Pluggo,
me and you. Oh, Pluggo's back. Or Pluggo, not back, but
Pluggo announced that starting week 1 of college football, he's going to be doing his college football picks of the week. He'll be releasing some videos and stuff, previewing and picking some games in college football. And I know you're a big college football guy as well, so that's exciting. That
I might even, if he's available, maybe a guest. So if there's a big week in college football,
I'm sure if he was available, he would actually love that.
If LSU or Notre Dame have a big win or loss, come on here and bullshit about it.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, but
you're good. We now have a tie since he's a Notre Dame fan. Brian Kelly was my coach, so a little bit of a tie there. But yeah, Plug will be doing that, so more sports stuff, of course. And then, like I said, the watch-alongs. If you're ever bored, now it seems like the next 10 shows are all in the afternoon. So if your wife, girlfriend, husband, boyfriend is out, your mother, your parent, whatever, it's out doing their, working out during the day on the weekend. You're just chilling at the house by yourself. Jump on us, me, JPJ, Josh, Peggy, Stu. A combination of those will be on a watch-along at some point in the next few weeks.
Yep.
But yeah. Obviously, me and JBJ twice a week, every Wednesday and Saturday now. Wednesday, the wrestling shows. Saturday, the college football and NFL shows. Obviously, baseball now. It's got
my team's in a little bit of a skid here. A little bit of a skid here these last handful of games.
Yep, and my team plays about 4 Cy Young winners in a row coming up here between Nathan Eovaldi, Jacob deGrom, everybody else. Paul. Of course, the two.
You're going against Skeens?
We have 2 games against the Pirates, and one of them is against Paul Skeens. Shockingly.
Damn. He's got like a 1.84 ERA, by the way.
Nathan Eovaldi has a 1.3 ERA. He just doesn't have enough innings pitched to qualify for like the Cy Young race.
Remember that guy when the Red Sox were like, "Yeah, no, we're good. We don't need you."
They didn't even give that guy the qualifying offer of $20 million, by the way.
Ridiculous.
Get him up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so baseball.
We let Nick Pivetta go. He's got a sub-2 ERA in friggin' San Diego. We did. The only game we won. That was the game I thought we were going to lose.
And we won maybe the most hectic game I've ever seen between the Blue Jays and Dodgers in the third game.
Can I just say though? I'm sorry. I don't want Roman Anthony, stud. Anyway.
He tried to win you that yesterday.
Yeah. The day before, he tied it in the top of the 9th off the best closer in the National League.
Just saying "fuck you" to the Astros. That was fun.
Oh, the best.
Hit a fuck bomb in the first inning.
Yeah.
But more of that. But it'll be mainly college and NFL. And like we said, we'll have lists for you the last 3 weeks here heading into the season. But we're in the pennant race, both of our teams. So there will be baseball on these shows, at least for a couple of minutes.
Yep.
The Blue Jays are pretty much guaranteed at least a playoff spot at this point, unless we go on a really nasty downward spiral. The Red Sox have been closing on the division, but like JPJ said, they lost 3 in a row and 4 out of 5 or whatever. So luckily we haven't let them gain any ground. We haven't been much better, but it'll be a pennant race regardless. So someone will be there. We'll mix in baseball, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's getting real with football, JPJ. It's coming up.
100%. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I have the TV on the side here, and the Jonas Brothers are playing at Fenway Park this year. With the opening band is Boys Like Girls. Do you remember them?
Yes, I do. Actually.
Wow, what a show! Huh? Would you go? Would you try? Would you travel? Bring the girl up for that. She'll come. Jonas Brothers.
100%. Yeah. Well, Taylor Swift just announced a new album yesterday, so we're gonna see.
No, she's on the Kelsey podcast tomorrow. Is she not?
Yep. But she announced they released a clip of her announcing the album, but they didn't. Yeah. They blocked it out.
So she's gonna So now, all right. Obviously, you want to promote that she's now. Here's my thing, though. Yeah. They announced the album. Everyone knew that the album's coming out,
and they showed the clip of her announcing the album.
But she shows the physical album, but it's blurred out.
But like it's been released on Twitter.
But now everybody already knows that you're making an album before you.
So the people are speculating that she'll be announcing a second tour as well. So that might be the big news. And I will be forced to go to that in either Atlanta or New Orleans, assuming she plays both those places again. Or maybe Nashville or Memphis or something. But yeah, like I said, we'll have some baseball mixed in. Both of our teams are in a pennant race. Blue Jays still best record in the AL somehow. We haven't
it's because the rest of the American League stinks. Everyone stinks right now.
Yeah, the Tigers are being the Tigers of old, luckily. And yeah, so we got that coming up.
Yeah. All right, man. Let the people know where they can find you, brother.
At CJF Wrights on the Twitter machine.
All right. You can find me at JPJ Loves Gaming, also on that Twitter machine and on all social media platforms. For my wrestling fans out there, every Thursday on Love Wrestling at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Between Two Beards with the aforementioned Pluggo.
I want to talk about that for a second.
Yes, Firmly Inc. is on hiatus at the moment. So the Thursday morning show I usually do over on Love Wrestling is on hiatus. So I only got the one show over there, Thursday nights, 8 p.m., the flagship show.
College football, man.
Exactly. So Thursday mornings will probably be turning into a streaming day for me, hopefully. MLB The Show, football, Madden, all that stuff. We'll see. But Between Two Beards every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, United States Eastern Time. Me and Pluggo, who, like we announced, is going to start doing some stuff here on the Hive. Yep. So you can catch us doing our normal shtick every Thursday night at 8 p.m. That's where you can catch me. And after Dynamite on Wednesdays over on Body Slam, me and Jose on the air, we do Dynamite Up. So that's where you can find me with some wrestling stuff. But JPJ Loves Gaming everywhere. So thanks for tuning in, y'all. Hope you enjoyed the wrestling show today. We are excited to see you again on Saturday for the sports show. I'm excited to start ranking some QBs and diving into.
This is where me and JPJ really get against each other. Yeah. We always agree here on the wrestling show. If you want to see us not agree, you watch that one.
Yes. And then we have some preseason games to bounce off of, what we saw, what we liked, what was good, who was good, all stuff like that.
Even if we're going to disagree about Drake, man, there is some stuff to be very excited about.
Oh, very, 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 very much so. So we will see you on Saturday. Thank you for tuning in to the Swarm Wrestling Edition today. Have a good rest of your day, and we shall see you in a few days. Peace out.